Hello everyone and welcome to another video. As you can see from the title, this is the top 10 winter of 2012, my winter picks for 2012. I recently released a video that went over my went over the YouTube reviewers top 10 winter 2012 list, and that was simply a compilation of the picks for everyone consolidated just so everyone could have a good idea of what the picks were. Well, this video, similar, it's just my picks. My picks for this winter that I've been wearing, that I will be wearing throughout the time. So, first, up in the corner, you're going to actually see a link to both the YouTube reviewer list and my previous year's list for the top 10 list of fragrances, basically. A couple things I want to mention. So first thing to start off, as with all, this is, again, my personal pick list. This is nobody else's pick list. The second thing I wanted to mention is my consideration of what winter is. I live in New York City, so our winters can get pretty cold, our summers can get pretty hot, but winter is generally, I want to say 40 degrees Fahrenheit and below, maybe 50 degrees, yeah, around 40 degrees Fahrenheit and below-ish. So we're expecting cold weather, something to wear, you know, in the cold. I'm looking personally for something that cuts through the cold air, that does well in the cold. Of course, not all of my fragrances are like that. I personally tend to skew towards sweeter fragrances, towards darker fragrances. Now it's been turning towards more animalistic fragrances. So my taste has been changing a little bit, but you'll see the reasons for some of my picks. So looking at my past video, you'll see that there are some fragrances that are no longer there. Obviously my tastes have changed a little bit, but it's not as if, you know, I hate those fragrances all of a sudden. It's just that my tastes have, you know, changed and altered slightly in the middle. For example, Prada and Parfum, you won't see there. Ici Miyake L'Odyssée, I still love that fragrance. It's just that I choose another fragrance to wear as the citrus, more my citrus choice for the winter, something that does just as well. So, without any further ado, let's get into it. I only have two honorable mentions, which you can kind of squeeze together as one, and they are none other than Terre D'Hermes, Pure Malt, and Pure Havane. Both of these. This is Havane, this is Malt. I have said many times that I consider them to be two of similar fragrances that just take slightly different turns. This has the more of a little bit of a cigar, sweet cigar tobacco feel, whereas this has more of the malt whiskey-ish type of feel. They're both sweet, they're both excellent fragrances for the winter, and I kind of alternate, you know, depending on my mood for which day that I kind of want to wear these two. So these didn't make the top 10, not because I hate them, but because there are other fragrances simply that I'm wearing. So these two are the only honorable mentions, Pure Malt and Pure Havane. Alright, so moving on for number 10. We have a fragrance that I just recently picked up. It's a little bit more on the expensive side. It is one of the most smooth woods that I've ever come across, if not the smoothest. It is Xerjoff's Richwood. I actually purchased this bottle off of another fellow reviewer, Frankenator, and you can see it's about half full, so I didn't use that much at all from this at all. So, yes, so getting back into the fragrance, think of patchouli, think of sandalwood, all of it kind of meshed together for a very smooth woods with a little hint of spices that I get from it, but other than that, the reason why this probably isn't so high up on my list, simply because I've only had it for about 2-3 weeks about. I have, you know, tested and used it beforehand, but other than that, it's just now come into my collection, and it's done a great job for the time that it's actually been in. So yes, definitely Richwood is my number 10 pick. Coming in at number 9, we have a fragrance that's been in my collection for a while. It's recently been getting some more love just because I've been shifting more towards the darker fragrances, and that is YSL's or Yves Saint Laurent's M7. This is the original version. Think of this like the dark, mysterious fragrance. This was a fragrance that was created by Tom Ford. It is an oud-based fragrance that was really, when I think of it, one of the first real mainstream uses of oud that come into it. Not the first, but definitely one of the first. And this is very similar to a lot of Tom Ford's other creations, which, no surprise, you're going to see later on in my list as well too. So Yves Saint Laurent's M7 is my number 9. Number 8 is my citrus for the winter. I usually have one citrus fragrance that I pick out for the winter that I love to wear. and go through it. This one is Terre D'Hermes by Hermes. This is a bitter orange, a dirty orange type of a scent. It actually is a lot stronger than it may come off to be, or that it may come off to be. It kind of has this bitter orange, almost like a little bit of a metallic type of a feel that really makes it stand out in the winter and really gives it that projection for it. Now, the downside to this is it doesn't really last that long on my skin, so I can only expect about 5 hours before it really becomes tame, which is a little bit differently characteristic from it, but for some reason or another, I've been in the mood to wear this for this winter, and so yes, Terre D'Hermes comes in at number 10, 9, 8. All right. Number 7, we have a fragrance from the house of Andy Tower, and that is L'air du Désert Marocain. This fragrance is an incense-based fragrance. It might have a little bit of frankincense. No, actually, it doesn't have frankincense, but it's a heavily incense-based fragrance that really does remind me, at least, of the inside of some of the old school churches. But it's really supposed to convey that Moroccan desert, the air of the Moroccan desert, and I think it really does a good job for this. This is actually one of it's kind of dirty at the same time as smooth. You can really wear this one year round, but I like to wear this one in the winter just because it kind of has a different feel for me, and it's really what I'm looking for in it. Spices, incense, and that's really what you can expect from L'air du Désert Marocain. So yeah, that's coming in at number 10, 9, 8, 7. Yeah, number 7. Number 6, we have a fragrance that has actually moved up on my list. I've actually been liking this one more and more and more. The more that I wear it, the more time goes on, you find me liking this one a lot better. That is an old faithful Jean Paul Gaultier's Le Malt. This fragrance is a fragrance that has, it's got mint, it's got lavender. Many people are very familiar with it, but for some reason I've been really loving this fragrance. The performance on this one is, I would say, extremely high at this point. Expect it to last anywhere between 24 and 36 hours. It lasts a long time, stays on your skin, stays on your clothes, stays on everything pretty much, and that's only with 2 or 3 sprays. So Jean Paul Gaultier's Le Malt is definitely one that has been moving up on my list, and it's been doing excellent. I mean, don't fix what's not broken. This fragrance gets better over time. Absolutely love it. No complaints from here. Jean Paul Gaultier's Le Malt coming in at number 6. Number 5, we have Yves Saint Laurent's La Nuit De L'Homme. Now, this fragrance is kind of the fragrance that I picked usually when I can't really think of anything else to wear during the winter when I'm just going out. That's what I usually wear, just going out and, doing random things. Yves Saint Laurent's L'Homme. Think of a scent that is a little bit powdery, very sensual, lasts a long time. This fragrance I usually wear, wearing casual clothes, whether it be usually like a vest, a dress shirt, maybe some jeans, and dress shoes. That's kind of like what I wear when I wear this. All right. Number 5, Yves Saint Laurent's La Nuit De L'Homme, and number 4, Tom Ford Tuscan Leather. Tuscan Leather is a scent that I actually just recently got this fall. I dabbled on and off with this scent as well as some other Tom Fords for a while, but I never really took the dive. I'm so glad that I took a dive now for this one. It starts off very, very strong, like a very strong leather, a very in-your-face leather, but then it tones down. On my skin, it becomes actually semi-sweet, like a semi-sweet leather, and yes, it just does absolutely well in terms of performance. Now, the one thing that really should be kept in mind, at least for this one on my skin, is that its projection isn't crazy. Again, after an hour or 2 hours, once it dies down, it becomes more close to the skin. It's still definitely there. Actually, I think, yeah, you can actually still smell some on my wrist, and I had sprayed this, yesterday. So it does last a long time. It's just not going to project the whole time. Tuscan Leather is my number 4 pick. Number 3, another Tom Ford, Tobacco Vanille. I've stated many times, this is my suit and tie scent for the winter. Whenever I have a dark olive suit or whenever I have a darker colored suit, I always throw on Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille, especially during the winter. It does absolutely well, envelops people, gets a ton of compliments, does extremely well in terms of performance, lasts well over 24 hours for me. Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille. It's one reoccurring theme that you might see is I love my Tom Ford fragrances during the winter and I love my Creed fragrances during the summer as far as, niche fragrances go. Just an overall, in general, theme. All right, so Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille coming in at number 3. Coming in at number 2, dethroned, no longer my absolute number 1 favorite fragrance. Actually, it still is my favorite fragrance, but in terms of wearing it over the winter, it has been knocked down a couple notches just because there are a couple people that I do hang out with that actually don't like the smell, so not to offend them, I don't wear it around them. But still is very near, dear to my heart. We have Maurice Roussel's Musc Ravageur. Yes, I only break this one out in special occasions. Still looks like it has quite a bit of juice. I'm going through some samples on the side, but yes. Musc Ravageur, absolutely love this. Still remains a main heartstay in my heart. Doesn't really require much sprays. One spray is usually what I get away with. Sometimes I'll spray 2, but really 1 is all you need for this one. Musc Ravageur by Maurice Rousseau. I didn't really describe it, but think of cloves, think of vanilla, think of, I want to say like a dark, sugary, like musky type of scent. It's really strange to kind of describe, but absolutely fantastic. Musc Ravageur coming in at number 2. All right. And my favorite fragrance for the winter is a fragrance that is new on this list. It is a fragrance that I absolutely love. I was introduced to it during the fall, and I actually met the creator of the house, and she, after smelling it, I ended up buying it and pretty much wearing it very, very frequently. Absolutely love it. It is my signature scent for the fall currently. Oh, I'm sorry. It's my signature scent for the winter currently, and that is none other than Olfactive Studios Chambre Noire. This is a very smooth, sweet, dark, I want to say a little bit of ambery, a little bit of woodsy, although I'm not sure if it has amber in it. I forget. But anyways, this is easily my favorite scent for the fall, or for the winter. Keep making that mistake. It's easily my favorite scent for the winter just because it's so easy to wear. It's highly versatile. It does well in almost any situation that you can possibly think of, and it's just very pleasant to smell. There really is no other explanation for it. In fact, I'm actually regretting having bought this size, and I really wish that I would have bought something bigger. But yes, Olfactive Studios Chambre Noire is my favorite pick for the winter of 2012. If you have any questions whatsoever, feel free, leave a message down below, comment, send me, PM, do whatever you got to do. Thank you. Take care of yourselves. Have a great, happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Take care. Goodbye.